Picture this. You wake up early, check your bank account, and wonder why no matter how much you earn, you never seem to move forward. You work harder every year, your salary increases slowly, but your stress increases faster. And the strange part is, you cannot point to one single disaster that ruined you. There was no market crash, no medical emergency, no bankruptcy, yet somehow you feel financially stuck. Now walk outside and look at what is sitting in your driveway. That shiny, powerful machine that was supposed to represent freedom might actually be the anchor holding you in place. Right now, Americans owe more than $1.6 trillion in auto loan debt. That number is so large it is difficult to comprehend. There are over 100 million active auto loans, which means millions of people wake up every month already committed to paying hundreds of dollars before they buy food, before they invest, before they save. The average new car payment is above $700 per month, and many loans stretch to 72 months or more. That is 6 years of payments on something that begins losing value immediately. The moment a new vehicle leaves the dealership, it can lose up to 20% of its value within the first year. Many vehicles lose around 60% within 5 years. Imagine paying $50,000 and watching $30,000 disappear while you are still sending monthly payments. This is not rare. This is normal. Depreciation is predictable, consistent, and unavoidable. And yet, most buyers ignore it because the loss feels invisible compared to the excitement of ownership. But depreciation is only the surface. The average total cost of owning and operating a vehicle in the United States exceeds $12,000 per year when you include fuel, insurance, maintenance, repairs, registration, and taxes. Fuel alone can cost over $2,000 annually. Insurance often ranges from $2,000 to $3,000. Maintenance adds hundreds more. Every unexpected repair arrives without warning. Tires wear out, brakes fail, batteries die, and technology systems break. These expenses continue whether you feel financially ready or not. Now consider opportunity cost, the concept most people never calculate. If someone spends $700 per month on a car payment, plus another $500 on related costs, that is roughly $1,200 leaving their life every month. Invested at an average annual return of 8% over 30 years, that amount could grow to more than $1.4 million. That is not a fantasy. That is basic compound growth math. So the real price of the car is not $40,000 or $60,000, it may be over $1 million in lost future wealth. Car marketing understands human psychology extremely well. Advertisements rarely focus on long-term cost. They focus on identity, adventure, success, status, belonging. They show drivers climbing mountains, arriving at luxury buildings, smiling confidently in slow motion. The message is subtle but powerful. You are what you drive. And when identity becomes attached to a product, rational analysis becomes weaker. Behavioral economists have shown that people consistently overvalue visible status symbols and undervalue future financial security because social validation gives immediate emotional reward, while compound interest feels distant. Dealership financing structures make the trap even smoother. Instead of asking what can you afford in total, they ask what monthly payment feels comfortable. Loan terms extend to lower visible payments while increasing total interest paid. Many buyers trade in vehicles with negative equity, rolling unpaid balances into new loans, which means they start the next purchase already behind. Leasing appears attractive because payments are lower, but at the end of the term, the driver owns nothing and begins again, essentially renting depreciation repeatedly. Meanwhile, data on financially independent individuals reveals a different pattern. Many self-made millionaires drive used, reliable cars, often 5 to 10 years old.
They prioritize cash flow, investments, and business ownership over appearance. They treat transportation as a functional tool, not a reflection of self-worth. They understand that wealth grows quietly, while status spending is loud. Imagine two people earning the same salary. One purchases a reliable used vehicle for $15,000 in cash. The other finances a $60,000 luxury vehicle over 6 years. The difference in payments, insurance, and depreciation could easily exceed $800 per month. Invested consistently at 8% over 3 decades, that gap can approach or exceed $1.5 million. The separation between financial stress and financial freedom is often not income, but allocation. High fixed expenses reduce flexibility. When a large portion of income is committed to transportation, risk-taking becomes dangerous. Career changes feel impossible. Entrepreneurship seems unrealistic because monthly obligations demand stability. This creates a psychological cage. People stay in jobs they dislike not because they lack talent, but because their financial structure punishes uncertainty. A paid-off vehicle dramatically lowers that pressure, freeing cash flow, increasing resilience, and allowing strategic decisions. There is also the normalization effect. Society treats car payments as unavoidable, almost like taxes. When someone pays off a vehicle, friends often ask, "What will you upgrade to next?" instead of celebrating the elimination of debt. The cycle continues because consumption is culturally reinforced through social media, peer comparison, and lifestyle inflation. Each upgrade resets the payment clock and delays wealth building further. Safety and reliability are often used as justifications, yet modern vehicles built within the last decade meet high safety standards, and many models can exceed 200,000 miles with proper maintenance. The marginal improvement between a recent used car and a brand new model rarely justifies tens of thousands in additional cost, especially when that difference compounds over decades. Consider generational impact. Money not invested today does not only affect one retirement account, it affects family stability, education opportunities, business creation, and financial independence for future generations. Capital either compounds for you or consumption compounds against you. Every unnecessary dollar diverted toward depreciation is a dollar that cannot purchase assets that generate income. The most powerful shift is psychological. When you eliminate unnecessary car payments, your stress decreases, your emergency fund grows faster, your investment contributions increase, you experience control instead of pressure. This creates momentum. Momentum builds confidence. Confidence encourages smarter financial decisions, and over time, that compounding effect extends beyond money into lifestyle freedom. This does not mean avoiding transportation or living without comfort. It means intentional purchasing, selecting vehicles below your maximum approval amount, prioritizing reliability over prestige, extending ownership periods, and redirecting savings into appreciating assets. It means viewing cars as tools that serve life rather than trophies that define it. If someone offered you a contract requiring consistent payments for decades in exchange for guaranteed depreciation, you would reject it instantly. Yet millions accept this structure because it is packaged attractively. The key difference between those who build wealth and those who remain trapped is not intelligence or luck, it is awareness and discipline. Your future self, decades from now, will not remember the temporary thrill of heated seats or a larger touchscreen, but it will feel the difference between financial strain and financial freedom. Every financial decision either purchases assets or purchases appearances. One builds options, the other builds obligations. The driveway may look impressive today, but true power is invisible. It sits in brokerage accounts, investment properties, business equity, and paid-off tools that support rather than consume income. The choice is rarely dramatic. It happens quietly in signing offices and online applications. It happens when deciding whether to upgrade or maintain, whether to finance or save, whether to impress others or secure independence. Small, repeated decisions determine whether compound interest works for you or against you. The machine outside can either be a practical necessity or a long-term wealth extractor, and recognizing that distinction may be one of the most important financial realizations of your life.